know who NCC is. We've been around for almost 50 years. We use the best science to directly protect habitat for Canada's species. We work across Canada. We have long-term stewardship plans to take care of the land forever. Our conservation work, as has already been alluded to, is incredibly collaborative. It's community-based. That's the cornerstone of its success. And our non-advocacy approach works brilliantly for this kind of work. But it's a real challenge when you're a fundraiser trying to mobilize an online community. But I want to share a little optimistic story of how even a non-advocacy organization with pretty low brand awareness like us is able to leverage the connective power of social media to expand our donor base and increase revenue for a direct marketing program. Our Holiday Alternative program is one of our strongest direct mail campaigns, but revenue has been flat for a long time. So we'd only promoted it to our existing donor base. We couldn't really afford to use it as an acquisition tool. It's an expensive package, so the return on investment had to be taken really seriously into account. And our challenge was how to get more attention without alienating that core important group of donors. So to protect their interest, we kept the basis of the direct mail offer intact. We rebranded it, changed the name from Homes for the Holidays to Gifts of Canadian Nature, and introduced more price levels. Nothing really newsworthy. Good tweaks for the program. But last year we brought out a new update that was really critical to growth of the program, and it's also where social media comes into the picture. We introduced a $12 anti-tie stocking stuffer item, which was priced to be a really affordable entry-level gift, a way to maybe make it easier for people to say, yeah, I'll buy that. Its main advantage, though, was that it gave us a talking point going out to people and engaging people. We gave it pretty limited profile in our print catalog because it was the sort of thing that was really off-brand and it might alienate our really loyal donor group who thought of the acre of land as what they wanted to get from us. But we put up a pledge online which asked people to tell us about their worst holiday gifts ever and take a pledge to stop the proliferation of bad gifts. We promoted that with email, with a tab on our Facebook page, lots of tweets. We gave it really prominent placement on our website. And we built our outreach around it to the traditional media with this no more useless gifts idea. We started in May, sending out ugly ties to the media, sort of traditional, you know, trying to engage people. And then once we'd sort of done that with pretty limited pickup, let's be honest, we put out a social media release on Canada Newswire in October, after months of plugging this thing that was getting no pickup. And as part of our outreach, we released map stories about saving Canadians from the ghosts of bad gifts past. We were starting to collect these bad gifts from people. And we started posting them to our social media release. We put it back out again with a new tag about Canadians have spoken. No more bad gifts. And we realized that in order to go out and actually get some pickup, we needed to talk not just about our program, but about the idea of alternative giving. So we redid our blog pitch, to online media and bloggers, where we went out talking about our program, WWF's program, Gives Hope, a lot of other programs that we found really inspiring, saying, this is the story you need to be talking about, how we can shift as consumers, shift our market share toward a greener idea. And with the instant feedback of our social media community, we were able to clarify our messaging. The name Bad Tie Boycott got tons more traction than the anti-tie pledge. We changed all our online collateral, which you can do online, which is amazing. You can't do that with direct marketing. And we repitched it to traditional media with a brand new social media release, focusing on the responses we've received to the Bad Tie Boycott, and suddenly we were getting media attention. The other great thing is that there's the cooperative promotion among the online community, the environmental community. was really increasing the appetite for this kind of story. When the Nature Conservancy US launched an initiative called Green Gift Monday, trying to turn Cyber Monday, which is one of the biggest online shopping days of the year, into a focus on green gifts. All kinds of bloggers, including WWF, Alternatives, Tree Hugger, Care2, Ladies Home Journal, so all over the place, all kinds of people started talking about this Green Gift Monday and cross-promoting each other's symbolic gift programs. And this initiative meant that we all got much more attention than we would have ever got alone. But you can take it too far. We were really excited. We'd never had this kind of traction with this sort of thing before. It was fabulous. So we just kept going.
Certainly those in the audience that if you have a question or comment anytime, put your hand up, not so much so that you have an opportunity to turn, but that's so we can get a microphone to you, so our friends and comrades out west are able to hear and respond. And I think we've heard a number of different perspectives that really touch upon some of the challenges and some of the issues that ENGOs face when dealing with social media, whether it's structural and organizational issues around priorities and goals and focus, or whether it's issues of formality versus informality in terms of how these particular initiatives and projects are carried out. And there's two questions really that I want to throw to each member of the panel before we sort of open it up. And at any point, I don't feel that you have to ask a question. If you have a comment, if you have an anecdote, if you have a case example that you want to share with the group, by all means. But I think just playing off the last remarks, to what extent are each of you, both as individuals but as within your organization, are you seeing social media used for inter-organizational dialogue? I mean, a lot of what we talked about that inter-organizational dialogue happening offline, happening in traditional channels, but I didn't hear anyone beyond cross-promotion talk about the Ritz-Carlton example of where you do have a direct interaction, where you can talk to a program officer, talk to a comms officer, talk to an executive director.
10 years ago, but I guess I'm just spoiled that way to be in this time, but I would say on a daily basis, I'm always trying to take advantage, I guess, of as many tools as possible. Twitter is obviously a little bit less personal, but in terms of using, I guess, group chats for conferences, for using video chats for conferences, bringing in kind of that stream in terms of like having a Twitter stream on the side of an in-person conversation to bring in people from around the world to be engaging with you in that real-time moment has been incredibly effective. Here within the office, obviously, we have these monitors which we use on a daily basis for meetings, which means we travel a lot less, and have been using them also, at least in youth conferences, to bring together different regions. So we'll have regional conferences and then bring together sessions by using online Twitter feed and, I guess, video.